A man named Liam is a TikTok user from England who is a dedicated paranormal investigator. Liam has built a following by broadcasting his terrifying explorations live on the platform. He is well known for venturing into pitch-black, isolated cemeteries late at night, actively hunting for the unexplainable. Because this footage was clipped directly from one of his live streams, it carries that underlying dread of happening in real time, leaving no room for post-production trickery. Let's watch the raw footage.
Is this a ghost in this empty house? At first sight, there's nothing there. A mysterious figure appears.
When we break down this footage, the total isolation of the dark cemetery makes the reveal incredibly unnerving. As Liam pans his camera across the dark grounds, he briefly focuses on the shattered windows of an abandoned church sitting on the property. Through the glass, the interior is completely empty. However, as he sweeps the camera away and then slowly pans back to that exact same window just moments later, the space is no longer vacant. Standing perfectly still behind the glass is the dark, heavy silhouette of a figure staring directly back at him. It doesn't flinch, move, or attempt to hide. When the dark live stream footage is artificially zoomed in, the shadows separate just enough to make out the subtle, deeply unsettling features of a face watching him from the inside. This next piece of security footage comes from a location drenched in centuries of dark history, Lancaster Castle in England. Widely regarded as one of the most haunted sites in the country, its grim past provides the perfect breeding ground for the paranormal. For hundreds of years, this imposing fortress served as a courthouse and a brutal prison. From the infamous trials of the Pendle witches in 1612 to generations of harsh criminal incarceration, thousands of souls passed through these stone gates under the most tragic circumstances imaginable. What their security cameras captured deep within the fortress proves that some of those souls never left. Let's watch the raw footage. When we break down this footage, the chill of the old stone walls translates directly through the screen. The CCTV camera is locked onto a steep, narrow staircase leading down into the castle's ancient dungeon. As the timestamp rolls over to exactly midnight, the dead silence is broken by a strange, echoing noise from the depths below. Suddenly, a figure begins to slowly materialize out of the darkness at the very bottom of the stairs. It is almost entirely translucent, yet dense enough that you can make out the chilling semblance of a pale, distorted face. But the most terrifying aspect of this footage is how the entity moves. It doesn't climb the steps. It simply hovers, gliding up the staircase with an unbroken, unnatural smoothness that completely eliminates the heavy, bouncing gait of a human walking. So, what do you think? Willow Hunter is a TikTok user from England who we have featured before on the Haunted Frequency. If you have been following his story, you know Willow has been documenting a severe, escalating haunting inside his apartment for months. He has captured everything from heavy doors swinging open to objects being violently thrown, and even a terrifying entity mimicking his cat. Up until now, the vast majority of this poltergeist activity has been strictly localized downstairs. But in this deeply unsettling new upload, the unseen entity has finally crossed a major boundary. It followed him into his bedroom. Let's watch the raw footage.
The door behind me in my bedroom keeps fucking opening and closing itself again. And Corey lying here just like, I don't know. I'm really worried about her. You okay, Corey? I don't know if something's wrong with her. You okay, Corey? It's just like... her tail's going a bit crazy. You okay, Corey? You okay? Oh my god. I don't have a clue what just happened then. She just went really limp and then she tried to bite me and then she just ran off. I thought she was bloody dying. What the fuck? What the actual fuck is going on here? Now the fucking door's closing itself. What the actual fuck is going on? What the fuck? Fuck.
The tension in the room is suffocating. Willow begins by pointing out that his cat, Corey, is acting incredibly strange. Just lying quietly on the bed, hyper-focused and completely out of character. Suddenly, the heavy bedroom door unlatches and slowly swings open entirely on its own. The camera angle clearly shows the hinges in the frame, proving there are no hidden wires or strings attached. Moments later, the door pushes itself shut. But the true nightmare is hiding in the background. As Willow pans the camera away from the closed door, a stuffed animal sitting on his shelf casually falls on the cabinet. While that is creepy enough, watch the pile of toys directly behind it. As the first toy falls, another stuffed animal, a small dog, slowly shifts and begins to peek out from behind the others. It clearly is looking directly toward the camera, making it look as though the spirit has actively possessed the toy to watch him. So, was this paranormal, or was it just a hoax? You decide. This next piece of footage comes from Adam Mark, a seasoned paranormal investigator who usually spends his time exploring forgotten, abandoned buildings. However, in this video, he steps inside what is widely considered the most terrifying residence in England, 30 East Drive. This ordinary-looking council house in Pontefract is infamous for being the site of one of the most violent poltergeist hauntings in European history, historically terrorized by an aggressive entity known as the Black Monk. During the late 1960s, the residing Pritchard family endured relentless physical attacks and terrifying apparitions, cementing the home as a legendary paranormal hotspot. Knowing exactly what he is walking into, Adam heads straight upstairs to investigate the epicenter of the activity, a bedroom that once belonged to the family's daughter, Emma. Let's watch the raw footage.
Okay guys, so we are at 30 East Drive. We have literally just spent the night here. We're packing up, ready to go. So we thought we'd try one last thing. The knocking on Emma's room. This ain't my first rodeo. So Emma's room, small child's room. No one behind the door. No one under the bed. No one under the bed. Okay. Get off me. Right. Emma, can you open this door for me, please? All night we were trying to get it to do that and it wouldn't. One more time for me, please, Emma. Can hear you in there. Can you open this door for me? We'd really appreciate it if you could open the door. Thank you. All night we were trying to get it to do it and it wouldn't do it.
When we break down this footage, the interaction is as direct as it is terrifying. Adam approaches the closed door of Emma's room, historically the most active and dangerous spot in the entire house. You can clearly see the room is completely empty, so he closes the door and he politely knocks on the door. Instantly, the wooden door opens entirely on its own. To prove this isn't just a draft or a broken frame, Adam deliberately pulls the door shut. You can clearly hear the metal latch firmly click into place, physically securing the door to the frame. He then knocks a second time. The distinct sound of the latch mechanically clicking open echoes in the narrow hallway, and the door smoothly opens all on its own once again. So, what do you think? A woman from Brazil called Nathalia Costa is a user on TikTok. If you scroll through her page, you will not find a single mention of the paranormal. Her account is entirely dedicated to funny vlogs and random daily updates. In fact, there is only one video in her account that was uploaded in 2022 that is truly bizarre. In this clip, she is simply sitting in her living room and recording herself singing. But whatever is sharing her home clearly did not want a private concert. Take a look.
Meu Deus, meu Senhor, me ajuda.
Nathalia is completely focused on the camera and happily singing. Behind her, a window curtain suddenly twitches. It is a subtle movement at first, but then the fabric visibly jolts forward. It looks exactly as if an unseen hand has forcefully pushed it from the other side. Nathalia notices the movement, but bravely tries to continue filming. A few seconds later, the curtain takes a massive and violent jolt outward, prompting her to finally scream and run out of the room. The most terrifying detail is what we see before the chaos starts. When the curtain is settled and resting flat against the wall, it is completely obvious that there is absolutely nothing hiding behind the fabric. So, what do you think? Our next clip comes from a TikTok account belonging to the Retford Ghost Hunters out of England. They are a team of experienced paranormal investigators who regularly broadcast their deep dives into abandoned properties live on Facebook. Because they are streaming to a live audience, the pressure is on, and any activity that happens is completely unedited. During a recent exploration of a decaying abandoned house, their live viewers witnessed something truly bizarre. Let us watch the raw footage.
That was like something in the drain.
Can I just ask you something for that?
What is it?
Door! Yeah.
Not happy about it here. Copy me.
Jesus. Adam?
When we take a look at the footage, the activity is incredibly blunt. As the investigators are filming the dark interior, a heavy wooden door that had been detached from its hinges suddenly crashes to the floor completely on its own. Being professionals, they simply pick the heavy wood up and firmly lean it back against the door frame to continue their broadcast. However, the entity in the house clearly had other plans. Just a few moments later, after he knocks on the door, the exact same heavy door is pushed forward, slamming to the chair a second time. So, was this paranormal? Or was it just an elaborate hoax? You decide. We are looking at a piece of footage shared by the British news outlet The Sun on their TikTok account. The video itself originates from the Philippines, where what many are calling a 100% genuine ghost apparition was captured on 2 separate security cameras. Many consider The Sun to be a mainstream and reputable source, giving this terrifying footage an extra layer of credibility. Let us watch the raw footage. When we break down this footage, the visual evidence is incredibly hard to dispute. In the first camera angle, a dark shadow figure simply materializes out of absolute nothingness, right on the edge of the street. It then proceeds to slowly walk directly across the busy road. You can clearly watch as passing cars drive right through the dark mass, leaving the figure completely unaffected. Then, exactly 13 hours later and just a short distance away, a second security camera captures the exact same shadowy figure walking down the street. The continuous, unbothered movement of the entity and the fact that it appears on 2 CCTV cameras makes this footage undeniably creepy. Our next piece of footage comes from a TikTok user named Amy Rivers, based in England. If you look through Amy's account, you will see she does not post anything paranormal. In fact, she just posts short videos of completely random moments from her daily life. However, there is one very short, highly unusual video she uploaded that instantly caught our eye. Watch very closely. This footage looks like a literal glitch in reality. Amy is filming a quiet, dark street in England at night because she spotted a wild fox attempting to cross the road. It looks like a completely normal wildlife encounter at first, but as the fox makes its way across the asphalt, something impossible happens. Right in the middle of the street, the animal completely vanishes into thin air. We took the time to digitally enhance the footage and slow it down frame by frame. When you watch it closely, the fox does not dart away or hide in the shadows. You can physically watch its body turn translucent and simply fade away into nothingness. So, what do you think? Next is a deeply unsettling video from Mexican TikTok user Pit Ramirez. Pitt has been meticulously documenting the intense paranormal activity plaguing his private tattoo studio. He has captured everything from shadow figures on security cameras to violent poltergeist events. Curiously, he claims this terrifying phenomenon is strictly contained to his studio space. In this specific video, he is standing outside the locked front door, completely unaware of what is waiting for him inside. Let us watch the raw footage.
Y ahorita que venía aquí casi por el bote de basura, oí que patearon la puerta. Y me puse a grabar, pero empecé a notar en la persiana que se movía. ¿Qué les dije? ¿Qué les dije a la verga? Ay, perdón con mis 20,000 vueltas, pero es una llave de seguridad. O sea, no ha salido nadie, miren. Voy a entrar, voy a cerrar la puerta rápido. Miren. Voy a prender aquí la luz. Y miren. Porque estoy remodelando, estoy reacomodando todo, miren. No hay nadie. Miren. Miren. Que no digan que hay alguien. No mames.
When we review this footage, the invasion of privacy is chilling. Pitt is recording the exterior of his locked studio. The front door features a glass window covered by interior blinds. Suddenly, one of the individual blind slats is quickly pulled down, exactly as if an unseen finger is hooking it to peek outside. Knowing he is the only one with a key, Pitt bravely unlocks the door and steps inside to investigate. He does a thorough sweep of the small studio, proving the space is completely empty. He even pans the camera directly into the small bathroom, showing no one is hiding in the shower or behind the door. But just moments after he steps back into the main room, the heavy bathroom door swings entirely shut completely on its own, trapping whatever is inside. So, was this paranormal, or was it just a hoax? You decide. If you have a paranormal video that you want us to transmit on the haunted frequency, email us at boo-I'm-scared@gmail.com. Our final piece of footage for this episode comes directly from our viewers. This video was submitted via email by a fan named Destiny Thomas and her mother, Lovey. Destiny was working at a Chevron gas station in California back in 2022. During her shift, she simply wanted to make herself a cup of coffee. She had just finished stirring in her sugar and honey and turned to grab a lid. But what happened next left her completely baffled, terrified, and questioning her own reality. Luckily for us, the entire ordeal was captured on the store security camera. Let us watch the raw footage.
My glitch in the Matrix.
So I'm stirring my drink, and there was a lid on there, and I didn't put it on there.
When we break down this security footage, it truly looks like reality itself just skipped a frame. You can clearly see Destiny standing at the counter, completely focused on preparing her drink. As she finishes stirring, the top of the cup is completely open and uncovered. There is absolutely no lid on it. She turns her head away for just a split second to grab a plastic lid from the dispenser, but as she brings her hand back to cover the cup, she stops dead in her tracks. A lid is already perfectly secured right on top of her coffee. The footage does not skip or jump. The lid simply manifests exactly where it needs to be. But as a bonus, we want to share with you the most terrifying paranormal video we found this week. Watch this very closely. The paranormal entity definitely didn't see this one coming. We would like to thank you